Hey friends, I'm Ashley and welcome to Ash's Cozy Corner. Let's talk about what made me make this video, which is what happened on March 2nd. Concerned Ape, aka Eric Barone, tweeted a photo that had sketches of assorted chocolates with the text that said assorted chocolates, parentheses, haunted. These are, of course, chocolates from his upcoming game, Haunted Chocolatier. Honestly, this is nothing shocking or crazy, but it did bring back my excitement that I felt 2 years ago when Haunted Chocolatier was officially announced. Honestly, news on this game has been pretty hard to come by. However, the tweet made me want to do a deep dive into all we know about Haunted Chocolatier so far. Since the announcement of the game in October 2021, we've only seen one trailer, one 5-second video showing off some combat, and a few screenshots on Twitter and his official website. However, I dug a little deeper and found 2 interviews, 1 stream, and a few reply tweets answering questions about Haunted Chocolatier that you may not know about. Let's dive into everything we know about Haunted Chocolatier so far. Also, before we start diving into anything, I do want to mention that every time I look at the A in Haunted Chocolatier, I see Krobus. Please someone tell me that you see it too. Anyway, the game originally started out as a simple game that was just one room where you could run around and fight monsters. Eric said from that point on, so many ideas just came to him and it exploded into what is now Haunted Chocolatier. Chocolate represents that which is delightful. The haunted castle represents the allure of the unknown. The ghosts represent the imprint of the past, and all of these things are important. It sounds like this game has more up its sleeve than just making chocolate. If Stardew Valley was the sun, Haunted Chocolatier would be the moon. Eric described the gameplay in general will be gathering ingredients, making chocolates, and then selling them, but the core of the game will be gathering. The shop is intended to be more passive as time goes on. He also mentioned that the game will have a sim-like element where the customers will have certain needs or requirements, and once you meet those, your ratings will go up, in turn bringing in more customers. Seems to me we'll have lots and lots of layers to this game. So one of the very first things I did when I seen the chocolate sketches was go back to the first trailer and watch it, rewatch it, and rewatch it again. Through that, I noticed that we definitely see the interior and exterior of 2 houses, one being the blacksmith's house, Burke, and the other being the inside of the science lab belonging to Dr. Tungsten. We also see the interior of Lily's house, but it doesn't look like any of the exterior shown. We also see the interior of the bakery, but that's shown in a screenshot later in the video. I feel like we also need to stop for a second and really appreciate how good this game looks. In the trailer, you see the character walking through the old castle home past a mirror, and you can actually see the reflection of the character. You can clearly see the attention to detail from the reflection in the mirror, the different uses of lighting, and all of the tiny designs you can see throughout the trailer. Eric has already stated there are many differences in the graphics from Stardew Valley to Haunted Chocolatier, so maybe in the future we'll do a video comparing the two. The next thing I noticed is that the main world you live in will be set in a permanent winter. The entire trailer is nothing but winter scenes in the main world, and if you pay close attention, there are so many Christmassy decorations scattered everywhere. We have deer beside of the doors in the old castle home, fireplaces in every home, candy canes etched into the town hall, a Christmas tree in the window of a home, and red bows on the streetlights. The game's main design, which is Eric Barone's Twitter header, is a photo of the mountains, which are completely blue and snowy. One of the songs from the trailer is named Pristine Snow, and I know that's just one song, but Eric said in a live stream that most of the music will be somber, snowy, and mysterious. I think that's plenty of information to confirm that the main world is set in a permanent winter, and the only rest from winter will be to explore into the magical worlds via the castle. The trailer also shows a bunch of shots from the magical worlds, one being the forest with the fire tower. Hear me out, I think this means we're going to have a big fire boss, and here's why. When we're introduced to this magical world, we see a sign that says fire risk high beside of a fire tower, and some of the shots shown in the trailer show blackened forests, along with a screenshot on the website that shows a tiny fire enemy. Eric has confirmed that there will be bosses in Haunted Chocolatier when he posted a tweet containing a big V-boss in a cave-like area. All of these things together make me think we'll definitely be seeing a big fire boss here. Before I go any further, I did want to add this. Along with confirming the bosses in the game, he's mentioned that combat will definitely have a bigger focus than Stardew Valley had. In every screenshot, we have 3 slots for combat weapons, including your main weapon, a shield, and a bow for long distance enemies. Thank goodness, as the ghosts in Stardew Valley were atrocious to kill. The shield will help to stun enemies as shown here. However, we'll also have other offhand items besides shields that will complement different playstyles. I think I'll probably stick with the shield the whole time, that way I can do the whole stun thing every time I fight, because I think that's pretty cool. We also see a million golden rods coming out of a plant in the ground in the magical worlds, which at first glance just look like decoration, but I think that they're more than that. We see the character destroy a flower that definitely looks just like decoration, but when it's destroyed, 3 nectar are dropped out. This makes the golden rods super suspicious, and because there are so many of them, I feel as though they have to have some use. Maybe something for the ghost or some source of magic. Let me know what you think they could be in the comments. Now, onto the ghosts. Clearly, these little ghosties play a huge part in the story. We see in the trailer that you'll start out with 1 or 2 ghosties, maybe none, to help you out with your shop, but it definitely doesn't stop there, as another shot shows 5 to 6 ghosts helping out in the shop. I think we'll definitely have to go through the story to get more help from the ghosts, or at least have some sort of task we have to complete to befriend each ghost to get them to work for us. Not only will they be working in the chocolate shop for us, stocking our store and selling to customers, but it seems like they will also be doing other tasks like fusing items together or making new chocolate recipes maybe, or maybe even making the chocolate for us at some point in the story. There are so many possibilities for the ghosties. I am really glad that they're cute ghosts though, because you all know how much of a chicken I am, and if these were creepy ghosts, I would not be playing this game. We can see the shop has customization, which I know I'm so excited for, and I know so many of you all are as well, as we look to have so many options to make our little chocolate shop our own, like different countertops, flooring, wallpaper, shop features like cash registers or a hot cocoa bar, and different decor with a million plant options. The 2 on the bottom I'm unsure about, but it looks to be stuff we can hang on the wall or trim options, and a treasure chest at the main bottom, so maybe storage for chocolate. According to Eric, we'll have a bunch of features in the shop that customers can interact with, like the hot cocoa bar I mentioned earlier. Our goal for the chocolate shop will be to keep the customers happy and keep our shop up to date with the trending chocolate based on the weekly chocolate news. I loved doing the harder task board in Stardew Valley, and the weekly chocolate news task sounds similar. The chocolate shop is also expandable, as we see it go from a cute little chocolate shop with enough area for around 10 chocolates to a huge chocolate shop with enough area to serve 20 plus customers. We also see more customization come into play here with different wallpaper, more plants, and a look at a few of the chocolate options in the game. Cookies and cream bar or a chocolate volcano, anyone? I do want to mention that the customers in the shop do not look like villagers or really NPCs that we'll be able to talk much or really have relationship with. I think that most of the customers buying from your shop will be randomly generated every day and not villagers that live in the village, as they all look pretty random and do not match any of the NPCs shown in the trailer that you talk to. However, that doesn't mean I think that a villager will never come into your shop to buy chocolate. In total, we see about 15 different NPCs. 5 of them are actually talked to, and we get to see the names of a few as well. So far, we know Lily, Burke, Maddie, Jet, Nigel, and Dr. Tungsten. Most of the characters seem really nice. However, Nigel looks kind of evil, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Also, I think I just had Stardew Valley on the brain, but at first glance, Jet and the playable character on the left looked like Sebastian and Robin, and I freaked a little before I realized. I can't mention the NPCs without also mentioning that clearly relationships are a thing in Haunted Chocolatier, as we see the playable character giving a gift to someone. The only statements Eric has made on relationships in Haunted Chocolatier is this: this. Yes, there will be relationships like in Stardew Valley. I haven't decided exactly how the system will work yet, and I expect to approach some things differently this time around. If you pay attention, you can see a wrapped present in most of the trailer and screenshots for the game, seeming to be a permanent place in your inventory. Could this be part of the different approach? Let me know your thoughts. Now, let's talk about the screenshots that have been posted on both the Haunted Chocolatier website and on Twitter, because I think these can hold a lot of information as well. Currently, there are only 3 screenshots posted on Twitter that are not posted on his official website, so let's talk about those first. The first one being this haunted looking house with a gargoyle, including those amazing multicolored stars that I just adore. The next is this beautiful photo from the Magical Worlds where we see this bus with crops growing from the top, a random chair, and a purple slime confirmed. I cannot wait to meet whoever lives here. And the last screenshot we have is this area, which seems to be the old castle that our playable character will live in. Speaking of the old castle, it will have elements that fulfill a similar role, kind of like the community center in Stardew Valley. It's also possible that there could be more places similar to the community center based on this tweet. I personally loved bringing the community center back to life, so I'm sorry for all of you JoJo lovers out there. If the old castle is anything like that, that will definitely be one of my favorite parts of Haunted Chocolatier. Now let's talk about the 12 screenshots on the official website. The first screenshot shows the playable character walking past the chocolate shop, which will also be the home of your character, and it made me realize we will actually be living in the village, super close to everyone and not living alone far off somewhere. The second photo is the inside of our old castle home, showing off the interior and also the butler, as well as the mailbox inside of the house. Super curious if that's going to be used at all in the game, but nothing else we haven't seen. The third photo confirms again that we will have NPCs living in the magical worlds, as we can see someone at the top of the fire tower, as well as the bus photo I showed earlier. To me, this is actually one of the most exciting things that I have found. Not only do we have all of the villagers, but we'll also have NPCs in the magical worlds that will most likely be super unique. The fourth photo shows us a glimpse of how to make chocolate, the ingredients we'll need, how much that particular chocolate sells for, the time it takes to make it in-game, what its benefits are, all on a cute chocolate journal for us to enjoy. The fifth photo shows a few NPCs walking around, including Lily and a guy we see multiple times in the trailer, but we don't have a name for it yet. The sixth photo shows a random NPC's house. This seems to be in the magical world, as we see the green creature that we slay in the trailer in this house as a pet. There's a food and water bowl, so will we be able to tame enemy creatures to be pets? It's a possibility, as Eric has said this game will be really imaginative and magical. I would personally tame this same creature if we get the option, because it is so cute. Screenshots 3, 9, and 11 on the website all seem to be in the magical world we explore, and 11 shows off the burnt forest and the fire enemy that made me think we'll be seeing a fire boss somewhere. In total, between the screenshots and the trailer, we see 5 different enemies, those being the fire sprite, crows, these little black circle enemies that look kind of like bombs, green and purple slimes, and the cute green creature with a bush on its head. The 7th and 9th photo is just another look at the chocolate shop and inside the bakery in town, but the 8th screenshot is super interesting to me. It's clearly in the main world, but just look how many different ways there are to go in just this one area. There are 4 different pathways leading all to different areas, and let's be real, those string lights get me. They're absolutely beautiful. We have seen so many different locations just in a few screenshots and one trailer. Eric has stated in an interview that this game is going to be pretty big, and I feel like we'll have so many amazing magical places to explore in Haunted Chocolatier. I also want to add this quote that proves it even further. Basically, the gameplay loop in general is that you go out into the world, which also includes these magical worlds. Just to be clear, I'm including this because he didn't just say magical world. He included the main world and also includes these magical worlds, plural. That's insane. Next, 2 of the screenshots both show the interior of NPC houses, and both have a turned over book that looks to be clickable. I think this could contribute to the lore in some way. Last but definitely not least, the 12th screenshot is just a playable character talking to Burke the blacksmith. Or is it? In the trailer, we see the exact same playable character, the exact same dialogue, except one thing is different: the amount of money. I have no idea why this was changed, but in the trailer it shows 10,000 coins, while the very last screenshot of his website shows 2023. Could this mean that we may have a winter 2023 release? My friend Lynn even mentioned Eric having a Christmas release, as the game does have a lot of Christmas related things. As much as I would personally love a 2023 release, and this could have been a hint to it, I do realize that Eric was set behind a lot with Haunted Chocolatier because of the Stardew Valley Mobile 1.5 update. That update did take way longer than expected, and that could push Haunted Chocolatier to a later date, even if that was what he initially meant with that screenshot. Stardew Valley was made in around 4.5 years, while Haunted Chocolatier was started in 2020. With Eric having more experience creating games now, it is entirely possible that he could finish it quicker than he did Stardew Valley, even with it being a bigger game. And also, honestly, with how Eric Barone is, don't put a shadow drop out of the question. He's totally secretive in the best way, and I totally think Haunted Chocolatier will be here earlier than later. That's all for right now, but definitely subscribe if you're looking for more Haunted Chocolatier news. I would love to know your thoughts and if you've seen anything that I missed. Thank you so much for watching. Have a cozy day and God bless.